Most short-term rental hosts think compliance is simple. Get a permit, pay your taxes, and you're good. But here's the truth. The majority of hosts operating in the United States right now are non-compliant without even knowing it. And in most cases, the problem starts at the state level. Every state in the U.S. has its own approach to short-term rental regulation. Some states have passed statewide licensing laws that every host must follow, regardless of what city or county their property sits in. Others have left it almost entirely to local governments. And a growing number are actively changing their rules right now, tightening enforcement, introducing new tax obligations, or, in some cases, preempting local bans to protect hosts. What that means for you is this. The state your property sits in determines the legal foundation your rental is built on. Miss the state layer, and everything below it is shaky. And here's something most hosts don't realize. The state you're in also determines what your city is actually allowed to do to you. Some states have preemption laws that protect your right to rent. These laws prevent cities and counties from banning short-term rentals entirely, meaning even if your city wants to shut the industry down, the state won't allow it. Other states operate under what's called home rule authority, where cities have broad powers to govern themselves. In those states, a city can pass a total ban on short-term rentals with very little warning, and the state won't step in to stop it. Knowing which framework your state operates under isn't just useful background information. It's a fundamental part of evaluating whether your rental business has long-term stability in that location. At the state level, compliance typically involves three things. First, tax registration. Most states require short-term rental hosts to register with the State Revenue Authority and collect state-level lodging or sales tax on every booking. Second, licensing. Some states require a state-issued permit or business license before you can legally operate. Third, consumer protection rules. Things like safety requirements, insurance minimums, and disclosure obligations that apply across the entire state. But don't assume platforms like Airbnb are handling all of this for you. While they do collect standard state sales tax and lodging tax in many states, a significant number of states have specific lodging fees or tourism assessments that platforms do not collect. That gap is your personal responsibility, and tax authorities don't accept the platform didn't collect it as a defense when they come looking. Enforcement has gotten significantly more sophisticated. A growing number of states now require booking platforms to share your exact revenue figures and guest data directly with state tax authorities. That means the state already knows what you earned before you file anything. If your personal tax filings don't match the platform's data trail, it doesn't trigger a letter in the mail. It triggers an automated audit. The mismatch is flagged before you even know there's an issue. Here's where most hosts get into trouble. They do a quick search, find some general information about short-term rental rules, assume it still applies, and move on. But state regulations update constantly. New tax obligations get introduced. Licensing requirements change. Enforcement priorities shift. And operating on outdated information is treated exactly the same as operating with no information at all. The fines don't care why you didn't know. The other trap is assuming that state compliance is all you need. It isn't. Counties and cities layer their own requirements on top of what the state mandates, and that's where the most specific and most frequently enforced rules live. So whether you're just starting out and trying to figure out whether you can legally list your property, an existing host who hasn't reviewed your compliance position recently, or an investor evaluating a new market, you need to know exactly where you stand at every level, starting with the state. Lodge Compliance tracks short-term rental regulations across every U.S. state, updated continuously as laws change. Get your property report today. Enter your address and get an instant breakdown of every state, county, and city requirement that applies to your specific property. Know your position before someone else points it out to you.